punches it down the onside. That's a good shot from Spearman. It's racing across the outfield, and that will be the first boundary of the morning.
Well, he actually played that with relative ease to Craig Spearman. It was just absolute timing and precision, really. I don't think there was too much wrong with the delivery at all. He just sort of waited for it to come and just pushed it straight back past the bowler. And the outfield, I'm sure, is just going to quicken up. It's been cut very low indeed. In some places, just a little bit on the dry side. And really did play that nicely. And the man at mid-on, well, he had no chance of really cutting that off.
He's bowled him. He's gone through Nathan Astle. Half-hearted effort at playing and leaving. It's cannoned off the bat and down onto the stump. So Astle has gone again cheaply, and New Zealand are 11 for 1.
Well, that'll be a big disappointment for Nathan Astle and, of course, for the New Zealanders, but a very good start indeed for UAE. Samarasekera there, just getting the ball through. Well, he's played it on, really. It looked as though Nathan Astle wanted to play at it, a late withdrawal, and really he's got the edge of the bat there, and it's gone straight onto his stump. So Nathan Astle, he goes, unfortunately, for 2, and New Zealand lose their first wicket with 11 on the board.
It's caught and bowled, is it? Yes, it is. No pace at all in that delivery. Fleming threw the shot before the ball arrived, lifting it gently back to the bowler, who takes it confidently. New Zealand have lost their second wicket.
Always a danger when you're looking to play freely and hit boundaries. And again, for the second time here at the Iqbal Stadium on this particular pitch, the New Zealand batsman just struggling to time one or two of their shots. That ball just might have stopped on him. And the bottom hand coming through. And that's a very good catch too by Dukanwala. So he in his first over has picked up the wicket there of Stephen Fleming. And New Zealand 42 for 2.
Sultan Zawani, the captain, and well bowled. It's in the air and fingertips only. Well, that was really well bowled. Again, a little deceit in the air and enough spin.
Well, Sultan's not too happy with that. And rightly so, because he did bowl it nicely. Just got the ball to dip a bit, and Spearman not quite to the pitch of the ball. He was deceived, totally beaten. I have to say it was still a pretty good effort there from the field, all the same.
Well, Richard Hadley's been urging him to bat on for a century, and that's a giveaway, I'm afraid. It's modern, it's fashionable, it's ineffective, but it's still a very colourful innings.
Well, I don't believe it, actually. It was almost the kiss of death, wasn't it, to say just how sensibly he needed to bat. Goodness gracious. I don't think you'd want to see a replay of that, Craig Spearman, but he did bat well.
And that's going to be out, caught, yes. Zawani gets a wicket. Imtiaz Abbasi takes the catch. Look at the happiness on the face of Sultan Zawani. And Cairns is on his way. It is 173 for 4.
Well, he deserves this wicket, the captain, because he has bowled pretty well. He's turned the ball quite a lot, and this makes shots of this nature quite adventuresome, unless you can get to the pitch of them. Cairns doesn't quite manage that. Thick outside edge. That's very well taken by the keeper. And so Cairns is on his way. He'll be disappointed. Another chance goes begging for a New Zealand batsman. 173 for 4.
Quicker delivery, lower trajectory, that's up in the air. Is it going to be caught? Yes, it is. He's gone. Azhar Saeed takes the catch. That's a nice effort by Azhar, and Perore is gone. New Zealand are 210 for 5.
Well, they're running from all over to congratulate the catcher side, because it was a very well-judged catch. Had to make a lot of ground, and he took it well. Perore will be annoyed, because this wasn't the best of deliveries. The half-tracker really had to wait, and all he had to do really is get the placement right. He had time to pick the spot on the field where he should hit it. That probably wasn't the spot. Well taken in the end, well judged. So Perore misses out, and New Zealand now 210 for 5.
Well, that's gone straight up in the air. He has to be out here, and he is. So Twose goes for 92, gets a top edge, and another New Zealand wicket is down.
Yes, the sweep shot always has an element of risk if you don't sweep the right length, but in this particular case, it's the left-arm bowler who's actually slanting the ball across towards his off-stump and outside. Top edge, the schoolboy lesson, don't sweep against the spin. Didn't quite apply there, but he's just swept across the drift of the ball.
Oh, he's bowled. Definitely put the hex on Lee Jamon. So another New Zealander goes as Jamon is clean bowled.
Well, he appeared to get through this shot almost too soon. The ball kept a bit low, and of course he's playing across the line, but just a few overs to go, so that can be excused. And that's out.
It is, it's LBW. He would have got himself run out anyway, taken off down the pitch. Thomson had stayed his ground, and so Nash goes.
I was just about to say that there's no real charge here. They've just played good, solid cricket, and well, there's a lot of leg in front of the pitch, but the bowler bowls him very wide, and so Venkat, the umpire, must have been very satisfied that the batsman was well back in the crease.
New batsman for New Zealand is Danny Morrison, and he starts by hitting it away to the sweeper. Now he'll have to struggle. No, he won't. It's a poor throw. In fact, he's going to end up with 3 here, or maybe even 4. Last ball of the innings. Morrison gets into it. Oh, that's a beauty. That's high over long on for 6. Danny Morrison waves to the New Zealand dressing room. Takes all the plaudits. He hits 10 runs off 2 balls, and New Zealand finish at 276 for 8.
No great surprises there. New Zealand helping themselves to easy runs against the UAE, but Roger Twose will have been really disappointed not to have got 100. And Nathan Astle, after his 100 against England in the opening game, has now got scores of 0, 1 and 2. As for the UAE, well, nothing to write home about, although the Sultan, I'm sure, will have been delighted to have lured another 2 unfortunates to their doom. So 277, the target for the Arabs. Here's how they got on.
Well, that's gone past the man at square leg and thumps into the advertising hoardings. That was really it. Well, that's crunched. What a good shot. 6. What a beauty. That's a nick, and that is out. Well held by Stephen Fleming at first slip for New Zealand. And so the first man goes. Azhar Saeed is held by the safe hands of Stephen Fleming, and Nash gets his reward.
Well, Lee Jamon, he also almost there really got involved in that one. He came across in front of Stephen Fleming. Look at the reaction of the wicketkeeper there. Fleming, he kept his eyes on the ball, took a well-judged catch, and he'll be a little bit annoyed with that. So he's chasing a wide one, just catches up with it. He's gone for 5, 23 for 1.
That's punched away. That's 4 runs. Salim Raza. That's gone high in the air. Another chance for New Zealand. Kennedy this time, and he gets it. So that is the end of Salim Raza. And let's have a look now, and the umpires are going to consult. Are they going to call this a no ball?
Well, they're talking about the height. They're going to go for the third umpire here. He's going to have a look from side on just to see if this goes past above shoulder height in a normal batting stance. The batsman's not hurrying off, that's for sure. The bounce is there. I think it's around about chest height. I think that's okay, just looking at that replay. Certainly the catch is well judged by Kennedy in the end. The reverse cup-in comes into play. Kennedy takes the catch effectively. So the third umpire, he's been called on here. This is quite interesting. The height of the delivery, that's what we're looking at. And that is about I'd say round about lower chest height. I think perhaps he's got to go, and he's making his way off Salim Raza. Catch taken by Kennedy at fine leg. So the second wicket goes for the UAE. They're 29 for 2.
Kennedy's driven straight. Beautifully played.
Well, that's exactly what they need. And if they can get a few shots like that away, then it'll certainly help their cause.
Lofted and caught by Chris Cairns. Not quite to the pitch of the ball. Vijay Mira. And Chris Cairns takes the catch.
All happened in slow motion, really. Mira just not getting to the pitch of the ball there, and a straightforward catch there to Chris Cairns at mid-off. So Shane Thomson picks up his second wicket for the tournament now. First one of this particular match. Used his feet quite nicely, but just didn't quite get there. And it's an easy catch there for Chris Cairns. So the UAE have lost their third wicket with 63 on the board.
But wide, and he's made to pay. Very good shot indeed. Leaning across, Mazhar Hussain puts it to the boundary. Well, there is some urgency, and it's going to get him out. Another one holds out down to Chris Cairns. Very disappointed. And UAE lose their fourth wicket.
Almost a repetition of the dismissal of Mira as Hussain goes down the wicket. Perhaps just doesn't quite get to the pitch of the ball again, and for the second time now Shane Thomson strikes. Chris Cairns takes the second catch in consecutive overs now, so the fourth UAE wicket falls with 70 on the board. And Hussain, he looks very disappointed and frustrated with that. I'm sure he is, because on a good batting pitch he's missed out.
Out. Firm bat and straight to mid-wicket. Good catch, low catch. But we're now witnessing the collapse of the Emirates batting.
Also easy this, really. The line of the leg stump. And just pushing at it, really. Pushing out in front of the pad. And just succeeded in getting it to Stephen Fleming there at short mid-wicket. So Ishaq Muhammad goes for 8. The UAE 81 for 5.
Thank you very much. The next sweep shot goes straight in the hands of square leg, and Shane Thomson grabs another wicket. 6 down for 88.
All too easy again here, Tony. Roger Twose is the fielder on this occasion, looking to play that sweep shot. Of course, the first rule of the sweep shot is get over the top of it, keep it down, play it along the ground. Well, he doesn't here, just lifts it on the onside. Roger Twose couldn't have been placed better. Straight to him about knee height. So Muhammad Aslam's gone for 1. UAE 88 for 6.
Well, he was going to hit it hard and change his mind. And that's a nasty death. Went straight up in the air. And I'm sure as he approached it, he felt all the aggressive intentions of a Goliath and babied it.
Oh, Chris Cairns thinks the world's not such a bad place after all. He's got his third wicket in World Cup competition, and pretty well bowled too. Completely deceived Dukanwala here by the slower ball. A lot of bottom hand coming into play. Up she goes, down she goes, and Chris Cairns, he's delighted. He's got wicket number 3 in World Cup competition. So Dukanwala is on his way for 8, 92 for 7.
That one's up in the air and over the rope for 4 runs. First bounce, Arshad Laik using the long handle, giving it the tonk. Yes, Zawani batted without a helmet, and that should be close. The third umpire is being asked to give his verdict. Well, Arshad Laik is all smiles. I think that was very close. Maybe in the end he might see that he's a bit short. Let's have a look.
Yes, I think it's going to be very tight. I think it's Nathan Astle coming in there very quickly indeed. And it's a direct hit, so that will please the New Zealanders. Well, we're going to have to see a real slow motion of that. There's no way that the third umpire can adjudicate that. It looks to be out. looks to be out because the bails are in the air. They are now,
Yes,
so he's gone by about
yes.
7 or 8 inches. Well fielded.
That's it. Up comes the red light, and Arshad Laik is on his way. It is 124 for 8. Arshad Laik run out in the 39th over. And that's a lovely shot off the front foot, bisecting point and cover to the boundary. 4 runs.
And it's a big heave through the onside, and that's going to go all the way out to the fence. The man close in at mid-wicket, Nathan Astle. It's gone past him at a fair rate of knots and gone all the way. This time on the offside, and Thomson has a catch comfortably. This time it does carry through to him. So the captain is on his way. Zawani. Interesting footwork. The bottom catch out to cover.
Yeah, I think the onside is his best side. That's a familiar sight. 1 or 2 have holed out to mid off, in fact, of the seamers. But Thomson takes that. No trouble at all. 9th wicket down for 162.
So a slower ball and a single to complete the match. So at the end of their 47 overs, the United Arab Emirates get through to 167 for 9, and New Zealand a comfortable victory by 109 runs.
So a totally predictable result in Faisalabad, and for the UAE, just 1 more game to go. The one they really want to win, it's against fellow minners Holland on Friday. For New Zealand, a competent performance. You just get the feeling they'll need to find another gear for the quarter-finals. Now,